to our first edition of what will be a recurring. So good evening everybody and welcome to our, I guess it's our fourth edition of Meet the Habs. Tonight we have as our guest Seth Fillmore. Seth, thanks very much for coming in.
No problem.
So Seth, we're going to spend the next 10-15 minutes or so talking a little bit about your hockey history and some of your goals for the future. So let's start by going back in time a little bit. So you're a midget AAA player now, but you must have started off probably playing Timbits hockey or something like that.
Yeah.
So when did you actually start?
Started when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the Timbits program?
Yep.
And so what interested you in hockey? Well, do you remember what was the original drive for that?
My grandfather.
Okay.
We always went in the garage and played after big summer every night.
Okay. And so was he a hockey player himself?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go out in the garage and you hit the ball around or whatever?
Yeah, shoot pucks.
Okay. And so how long did it take you to get the desire to be a hockey player and to keep on going and actually move up through the system?
I loved it ever since I started playing.
Right from the beginning. Now Seth, you and I were talking a few minutes ago before we started the video that you besides playing on this team and other teams you've played on, but you volunteered to go out to goalie camps and things like that. I mean, you're around the rink a lot. You've put a lot of time into your game, so it's obvious that you just love the game. Besides your grandfather, who's influenced you perhaps along your playing history as you went through the system from Adam to Pee-wee and Bantam and so forth?
Probably one of the coaches I had was Robbie Barrett.
Okay.
I really liked playing for him.
Yeah, and what age did you play for him?
I played for the B-Reds when I was young.
Yeah.
And I just played for him all the way up.
Okay, well, some other people mentioned Robbie as well. He was a strong influence on people, and he had, of course, some very, very good teams.
Yeah.
And that's great that he's had that influence on people, and they've had a positive experience playing hockey for him. Okay, so when you were growing up and you played through the system, but you must have followed an NHL team, or you must have had some hockey that you watched on television. Who did you follow?
I followed the Habs for the longest time, but now I like the Oilers.
The Oilers, okay. So let's go back and talk about the Habs for a second. So when you were growing up, who were some of the players on the Habs that you used to follow?
Kovalev.
Okay.
Surrey.
Yeah. And, well, Surrey's had an interesting history, right? So, in fact, now there's a connection with the Oilers there as well. So, now that he's returned to the NHL, I mean, he's looking really good now. So, I mean, he's had quite a good history. Tell me about the Oilers. So, what's the interest in the Oilers? Just like the makeup of the team?
Yeah, I just really like them.
Yeah. Okay, so the Oilers are, they're just talent laden. If you had to look at a team in the NHL that has just a tremendous amount of talent, it would be them. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do this year and going forward. So, you have a particular favorite on the Oilers that you'd like to watch?
Ryan Hopkins.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's an up-and-coming player, obviously, and he's, of course, he had a very good World Junior this year. Do you follow the World Juniors as well? Yeah, it's great hockey to watch, for sure. Okay, so you played up through the system, and you've played through, I guess, the entire time in Fredericton?
Yep.
Okay, born in Fredericton as well? Okay, so now you've got to the midget AAA level. This is your second year with the team. So tell me a little bit about how does this team compare to last year's team, as an example?
Well, we're probably a little bit closer than last year's team.
Okay.
We're like a bunch of brothers out there.
Yeah.
We're playing for each other.
Everybody's talking about how close-knit this team is. What do you think accounts for that? What makes the team close-knit? Is it...
everybody just agreeing and wanting to buy into the systems and play for the team instead of themselves. Nice. Okay, so people are following the messaging from the coaching?
Yeah. Now, tell me, besides being with this particular team, which is close-knit, what makes it fun to play midget AAA hockey? This is a high level of hockey.
Yeah.
There's a big commitment required, lots of competition there. But what is it makes fun for you?
I just love coming to the rink every day.
Okay, so just getting on the ice and spending time shooting the puck and so forth. Okay, so a little bit of cheering beside us here. There's a game that's starting up outside. Leo Hayes is playing OHS. Now, tell me a little bit about, during the year, there's a lot, of course, a lot of fitness aspect to the game, and you're on the ice a lot, you do off ice as well, but in the off season, what are you doing to stay fit?
I go to Canadiens every day.
Okay, so you're doing the program at Canadiens at UNB, Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a well-known program, and there's players all the way to the junior level, and people that are really good NHL prospects that go there as well.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a really good program to do. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the day of the game. So you're going to play a game, let's say today or tomorrow. What are you going to do to get ready? So what's a typical day for you?
That morning, try to get up around 9:30.
Okay.
Get nice breakfast, some eggs,
Okay.
cereal, and then take it kind of easy. And then by lunch, have pasta.
Okay.
I love chicken Alfredo.
Okay.
Have some of that, and then try to get out a little bit and come to the rink.
Nice. Okay. So what time would you arrive at the rink for, say, a 7 o'clock game at night?
5 o'clock.
Okay, so you're here a couple hours early.
Yeah.
Now, when you get to the rink, it seems to me you guys do a little bit of prep. Would you actually do stretching or some sort of a workout, or what would you actually have?
We do a ball game, and then
Okay.
we go upstairs and run.
Okay.
An hour, a little bit.
All right, so it takes about 2 hours to go through that
Yeah.
process to get ready for the game. Very good. Okay, now tell me a little bit. You wear number 7. What's the history of number 7 and you? Does that go back a ways, or is there story to that at all?
No, it was just I was one of the last ones to pick the number, and it was there. So
Okay.
I wasn't really expecting that one, but
Okay, well, it's a great, lucky number 7, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very good hockey number for sure. Okay, so tell me about before you go on the ice, pre-game rituals. What kind of things happen when you're going on the ice?
when I first get there, take my stick, and then me and Cass do warm up on the bikes, and
Okay. And so on the stationary bike, you're pedaling away. How long would you be on the bike for?
then 10-15 minutes.
Okay. So you get things moving, get the
Yep.
muscles warm, and all that kind of stuff. All right. So and you and Cass do that together.
Yep.
So that's a lot of fun. Good. Okay. Outside hockey. So we've talked a lot about your hockey interests and your background and so forth. Let's talk about Seth when he's not playing hockey. What would you do on a typical day when you just got time to kill and you like to just have fun?
I usually like to go try to find a pond somewhere.
Okay. So play some outdoor hockey.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about, are you into any kind of TV games, TV watching at all, video games?
I like Alaska State Troopers.
Alaska State Troopers.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. What about now? As part of hockey, you travel all over the place for hockey. Any place you'd like to play in particular? Any particular rinks or places that are just really nice to play in?
I like playing in Boston.
Okay.
That rink there.
So that would be during spring hockey, perhaps?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And down in it would be in the Marlborough area, or
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
At the New England Sports Center,
Yep.
perhaps? Yeah, because a lot of guys go down and play there at New England Sports Center. It's quite a nice complex. There's 6 surfaces
Yeah.
there now. They're building more on all the time. So, so you like to play in the USL?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a lot of fun for sure. Okay, what about when you do travel and you have a chance to go to eat? What's kind of fun? Maybe a favorite restaurant you like to eat at?
Probably have to be Eastside Mario's.
Eastside Mario's?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you mentioned, was it an Alfredo kind of dish?
Yeah.
Now, do you cook yourself? Do you maybe?
I can, but I prefer mom's cooking.
Okay. So that's your favorite meal that she makes?
Yeah.
All right. Very nice. Your dad cook at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. See, any dishes that he makes for you that you really like?
Sausages.
Sausages.
He does. I don't know what he does, but I just love it.
Okay. Now, so that's a little bit about your outside hobby life. Any unusual fact about yourself that most people would not know, or that you kind of need for people to know?
I just love dogs.
You like dogs?
Yeah.
And so, do you have a dog now?
No.
What would you like to get if you could go to get a dog tomorrow?
German Shepherd or Black Lab.
Okay, very nice. Well, dog's man's best friend, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing for sure. Okay, just a couple more questions for you, Seth. So let's think a little bit about where we are in the season. So there's not too many games left before we get into playoffs. As we headed into the Christmas period, the team was really on a ramp up. You seem to maybe have leveled off a little bit. The team's still playing well. It'd be nice to get a few wins here heading towards the end of the season. So what are some of the keys to getting to the end of the season and having a lot of success?
Just sticking to the game plan, keep on doing what we're doing.
Okay. So anything that the coaches are emphasizing right now in the team's game to get you there, or is it just a kind of an overall
Be disciplined.
discipline?
Yep.
Okay, so the team's been taking some penalties?
Yep.
So of course, killing penalties hard to score and to get leads and so forth doing that. So good. So that'll be a key for successful. Watch for that. Your future plans. So you've been at this playing hockey for years and years, and you love the game. Where do you like to go with it?
I'd like to go play junior somewhere.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter where. You'd be happy to go anywhere. Yeah. And so, what can you do yourself in the next year or so to realize that goal?
Pick up my speed, get stronger.
Okay. And so that's the things that you can work on basically every day you come to the rink?
Yep.
Very good. Awesome. Okay. My last question for you, Seth. If I could give you 2 tickets to any sporting event in the world, and you could go see that anywhere you want, or perhaps maybe it doesn't even have to be a sporting event, any kind of world event, what would you like to go see?
I'd like to go see a Stanley Cup Final, Game 7.
Okay. Which 2 teams?
Be the Oilers in Montreal.
Your 2 favorite teams?
Yeah.
All right, so the Oilers in Montreal. And so a future game, would you like to do that this year? Would you like to see maybe when the teams have progressed?
Progressed a little bit.
Yeah, Montreal looks, I think the Oilers are going to be fine. It looks like Montreal is a couple of years away from putting together a real good team, but I mean, they're probably not too bad. And Seth, it's, it looks like you've come full circle, so you grew up, you liked the Habs, and now you're playing for the Habs. So it's been a great run for you, I'm sure. And Seth, one thing I'll just leave with, I have to tell you, I think it was the first or second game of the year, home game this year, you took a shot from the point you scored a goal on, one of the hardest shots I have seen taken at a rink this year. And I see a lot of hockey games. So I have to say that you have a wicked shot. It's an accurate shot, and just like to say congratulations. You're a great hockey player to watch, and I know myself. I love watching the team, and it's great to see you progress. And best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.